Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. It's a 2-for-1 rigged AI recap special today because dyslexia, something like that, messed up 314, and today 317. But guess what? The lesson remains the same. The open is always super chaotic. You do not need to trade the open. You go up 3 strikes, you bounce right back to the blue. All you need to know, etch this in the brain, incept it, sever your mind and body, and put this wherever, in that microchip. If you are above the blue line, you come back to the blue, you do not break it, and the blue line is the opening price for the session. That is super bullish. Look at this from Friday. You're getting edge bulls, KTRs filling here for all of these. And you win. And here's the thing to keep in mind, people. When this comes in, this is like instant. You are going to miss it. But we can keep that bullish bias and say, hey, I want this as close to the blue line as humanly possible. And you get it, right? You absolutely get it. Beautiful trade. Never lower. Just goes straight up. The rest of the session here on Friday, bulls above, and guess what? You get a little bit of a pullback, and a couple of these do pretty well. So the thing to keep in mind here, we'll keep saying the same things. Maybe you guys will pick it up. +6, right? It says BL +6. When you are 6 strikes up, you are probably going to pull back more than one. Pullback of 1, right here's a pullback of 2, back to 560, right? You're going from 562 to 560, absolutely beautiful. And you can take all of these bulls up here and say, hey, I love this. It's probably going to go higher, but I'm looking to get into this trade at a better position. You get that there. They kind of ping-ponged this the rest of the session. This is a 1-strike pullback. Get a little bit of move at the end. Overall, really, really good. Bulls BL to +2. We're after nuke and below strike. You did that on Friday. You won. Looking at the queue, less alerts. It's red on the outline. More difficult to trade, typically. Same thing. Doesn't break the blue line. Multiple chances to enter. Multiple. You see all this, you see, oh my God, it's late. Oh my God, this is super late. You want it at the blue. You want it as close to the blue as humanly possible. And you got that. Pullback, bang. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's check IWM. Turn all the alerts on. We start very neutral here, following the price action. Edge, high win rate alerts. These come in. That's like, dude, we want it below the strike. You want it below 202. You don't get it. There was no need to trade IWM on Friday. Now, Tesla had high volume, but guess what? They kept this thing contained. We expect with volume like this for price to keep nuking, or at least hit the blue and come back down. But they kept this thing pinned, swinging up 1, back to the blue. That's crazy. And that's crazy to see on Tesla with high volume, but sometimes that happens on a Friday OPEX. NVIDIA, a little bit similar. Bulls BL to +2. This is a pullback. You want it right here, 120, right? You want it as close to this strike as possible. Just know, hey, when you're here and you're 3 strikes higher, you don't want it down 1. You want 2 strikes. And if you took it anywhere in here, the 121 call, you crushed it. That was Friday. Overall, not the most amazing session. Fast forward to today, St. Patty's Day. And guess what, people? The same lesson goes once again. Slide our win rate down. You don't break the blue line. It is super, super bullish. In fact, when we're looking at today, you turn on edge bulls only. Every single one of them returned over 100%. KTR did even better. 452% max gain. This was crazy because 1300, we always get something, right? When this price action is just ping-ponging, eventually it's going to break. And because we are above the blue line, we are bullish. And today was a little bit interesting because I don't think I can scroll up and see that all the way. SPY stayed way above, right? You're $1.35 above the blue, whereas Q went lower, went one strike down, essentially, $1.21. But here we go. When you're ping-ponging, this is just ping-pong right at the blue. We want to chase the breakout. Chase the breakout. And look at this thing absolutely break. This was crazy, you know, and we traded it and we took profit out way too quickly. The main reason why was because you get this pullback right here, you know, and this is just +1, $1.58 higher. And we got scared and didn't take it. It's like, dude, this thing's going to go 3 or higher. We took another trade in here. We got stomped out somewhere in here, and it kept going. Moves into the red, pulls back at the end of the session. Q is probably not what you wanted to trade today, because when we go back and we look at SPY, let me just turn this win rate on, returns off. We're looking for bulls. And look at this. Bang, bang, bang. And we're telling you, in the last 30 days, similar alerts have returned 100% plus 80% of the time. When you see all of this and price is just flying, anywhere in the yellow zone is an awesome entry. And basically you can take that until you get into the red and it stalls. And, you know, the thing is, they were really nice today about this. This is a stall. You know, we are plus, what is this? Can't even tell from here. We are $6.50 higher, you know, pushing 7. But they were really polite to let you know, like, hey, this is probably not going to keep going. Volume is low. We got a major push. It's probably not going to go. And anytime you trade this, if you do it, we did it a little bit today, just know where you are from the blue line. It's like, dude, you're 6 strikes higher, volume's low. You're way into this zone where it says extreme bull risk. And what happened? They took us down, closed us right at the strike, $4.67 higher, right at 567. That was a lot. Hope you guys are still with me, following along, but we'll recap it all really quick. Most important thing, the most important thing, follow CTE. It was edge, high win rate bears or bulls after a nuke. You got a ton of nukes. This is a nice nuke. You get the bulls right here. They have edge. Boom. They win. You do not break the blue line on an up move. It is going to go higher. And then, you know, as soon as price starts going up, like this is Wall Street. Boom, 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 boom. Any one of those, you could have taken it, even if you're late, and returned 100% plus. I mean, it was straight up. You don't want to bear here because why? The price, it's just ripping. It's like, wait for a little bit of a pullback below the strike, and boom, you're in the money. That's awesome. It doesn't get better than that. It was a phenomenal, phenomenal session, even though it started kind of meh, kind of boring. Remember, skip the open, people. You go up to the 4th strike. You pull back down. Like, you don't need to do it. You can just wait. And if you waited It's like they bleed everyone out during the middle here. And then look at this setup. It's like this is the whole point of using rigged. We visualize what Wall Street is doing and allow you to copy their trades. It's like when you're seeing all this, it says 80% win rate in the last 30 days versus a bear, which is 25% or 8% historical. Which one are you going to trade? Which side are you going to take? Come on. Easy. Beautiful. We went a little bit below. Like, obviously, you wouldn't trade this because it's super, super late. But look at that. 53.13% in the last 30 days. You get another one right here. Basically, same position. You see the first one. Okay. You're like, hey, I want this under this 497 strike, under the blue. You take it anywhere there. I mean, the worst mistake you could have made is selling that thing when it goes on fire, aka returns 100% in, let's see, 12:57 to 13:37, so like 37 minutes, 40 minutes. Because eventually, this thing goes 465%. When you make 100% quick, probably want to hold that thing. You don't break the blue line, and break means like, hey, we're at 478 and we are pushing lower into the yellow. Never happened. It just ripped and crushed everyone. Looking at IWM, not a ton of tags here. Same thing. You're looking for bulls because what? We are above the blue line. And look at that. 52.38%. And all you need to do in that beautiful brain of yours is say, hey, I want it under the strike, under 204. And again, right here, under 204. I mean, both of those, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then what happens? Well, we get into the red, bunch of bulls come in. They're hot, they're heavy. These win a lot of the time. But they're in the red zone. That is not a good entry. You just moved up 1, 2 strikes. Don't take it. And they essentially close this thing right at 205. A lot of lessons. Absolutely epic, ridiculous, awesome day to trade. All you had to do, skip the open, follow CTE, and follow the high win rate alerts. It's like, dude, these things, love to have this thing at like 80%. It's like, okay, these are all 80%. They crushed it. I know these are 80% too, but they're in the red zone. Don't like them in the red. Too much risk. Beautiful. Skip the open, come back after 12. Wait for 1300. I mean, 1300 right here. 1300. What happens right after that? You're getting a bull right at the strike, and it flies. Just ridiculously awesome. And then the last thing we'll touch on really quickly for the degens out there still watching. This is a real thing. It's probably better to show on TradingView, but we'll do it here anyway. 1550, last 10 minutes of the session. And whatever way that first candle goes, you can typically follow it after a swing. All I mean is, right, we go down in that first minute. So what you're waiting for is a bounce. So it bounces, you take that. I mean, this is crazy. And if you're doing that with options, like you're getting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent in a couple of minutes, especially if you're doing like SPX. Just crazy. So the only thing there is, if you're listening, last 10 minutes, typically 1550, first candle indicates direction. There's always going to be a swing. And boom. Overall, the most important lesson that we'll say a million times until our channel gets banned for doing something silly is If you don't break the blue line and you're above it, it's very bullish. You can see that here. You can see that on Friday as well, right? We don't break lower. You're above, pull back. Come on. And then we can go to the 13th. And look at that. It's the exact opposite. You go down, you pull up to the blue, you don't break above it, and you nuke. The blue line is your best friend. Always remember, put it on your chart. Look for entries around there. And then last, we always need to consider where we are. Here, here, here. Okay. You get in the red zone. Extremely risky. But today, it paid. Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can get some awesome action like this once again.